a heavy tattooed person who makes like a lot of stuff on social media and have some kind of followers, you have an impact in life of others, and the question is, does it mean it's a bad impact or a good impact? What are my thoughts about? But my thoughts are not matter so much in this episode, because we have a lot of other interviews here, which some of them have quite a big following, and we're very curious about their answer. If they think they are a bad influence for others, if they think they are a good influencer in others, if they even think they are influencing others, or if they're just living their life and giving a crap. Let's find out.
To be honest, I couldn't give a fuck. I do what I do because I want to do it. I would never do anything that would directly hurt somebody. I don't see how my getting tattooed or getting bits cut out of me or expressing myself in this way could possibly have a negative effect on people. I mean, there's people that are going to say that tattooing a swastika on your head while you live in England is disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. But I think expecting somebody not to do something because of something you think is disrespectful. So we're even, aren't we? I just think as long as you're polite and friendly, kind, decent, then it doesn't matter what you do. And if somebody's claiming to be affected by something you've done to and for yourself, then they're a bell end.
It has a crazy good and powerful impact on myself and my life, but for sure it's complicated with some other part, like I have no more contact with my family and stuff like that. It's part of it.
The fact, I know many different type of people. I think the fact that I'm living with these people sometimes change the way that people think about tattooed people. Just because sometimes they think, oh, these people are monsters, or they are eating these things, or they're like scary and blah, blah, blah. And when they live around you, they can find out they're just like normal, not normal, but kind of, you can be a good person. Just the fact that you have tattoos don't gonna really change your personality. You know, you're just gonna be you with tattoos. Mm-hmm. To be honest, most of the horrible people I meet didn't even have tattoos. Fuck that people.
I guess the biggest thing I've seen maybe negative with tattoos and body mods influencing other people is, I still feel sort of weird about being on social media, but I had made a post last year after I removed my own nipples. I didn't show anything really from the procedure, sort of just juggling my nipples in my hands because I thought it was kind of funny and ironic. But after that, I had a lot of people with not a lot of experience with body mods or medical things asking me how to do it. Or one guy even sent me a video while he was drunk and cut off his own nipple with a box cutter, just went for it. And I really wasn't trying to have anything like that happen. Like, I still think people need to be safe and smart about this. I wasn't trying to influence anyone to do anything. So that kind of scared me a bit, like maybe the influence or impact I was having on other people as a result of things I was doing to myself. Even though I had done things to myself, I'd done a lot of research. I've watched and healed a lot of body mods over the years. I have medical experience. I also worked on cadavers for over a year, studied anatomy. So it wasn't something I did without having a sense of what I was doing, even though it was a new procedure to me. And even still, it didn't come without fears. But so I guess there's that aspect of maybe people getting themselves into positions that are dangerous with certain heavy mods, especially if they're doing them themselves and don't really have a sense of what they're doing or doing their research beforehand. And then I guess I feel like it's become almost this popularity contest too with tattoos. Like tattoos becoming more of this thing to show off, which I don't particularly like. For me, when I started getting tattooed, one of the tattooers that did this huge piece from my mid-thigh to armpit onto my chest and back. He was pretty adamant in explaining that you had to earn your visible tattoos, even your hands and your neck, definitely your face. And that was pretty predominant in tattooing when I was getting started. So I did everything underneath my clothes before I did visible stuff, and kind of held that idea that you had to earn those visible tattoos for a long time. Whereas now I feel like people are just getting the most visible tattoos and maybe not realizing the repercussions of them, because now you can just walk into places and have your face tattooed. Whereas back in the day, it was a bit harder to have an artist agree to that. And for some people, that's definitely going to limit their options in the future in terms of employment and things like that, since that kind of, I guess, discrimination, so to speak, still exists in a lot of employers or even schools and things like that. And I think some people maybe don't realize that because they're pretty young when they get started and go for those right away because they're so visible. And I wish people could kind of, earn their way in a bit more, or like get some other tattoos first so they kind of see what it's like and realize some of the impact before they go for the ones that are really gonna change their life, so to speak, maybe not necessarily for good, or that they might regret later when they're older and think about it more. Whereas, I don't know. I don't regret any of mine. Mine have just been keep going, and I'm okay with the consequences of that. But I'm also glad that I learned my way there, and I still wouldn't have started with my face even if it was like now. So, because for me, my journey with tattooing, even though it's highly visible now, it was never about other people. It was about an expression of me and enjoying the process and learning a lot from that. And the fact that other people can see it, like, that's just something I'm sharing sometimes and don't want to. Sometimes I wish I could just hide or be invisible in public, because this is for me. This isn't for everyone else. This isn't for attention. But I recognize for a lot of people it's not that, and they tend to assume the opposite when they see me, which it's also hard to deal with, especially with a lot of the trends among tattooing and maybe a little bit among body modification these days in social media.
You ever wanted to learn tattooing or art? Then I have the right thing for you. I share my 20 years knowledge of being an artist, being a freelancer, being a tattooist, 16 beautiful workshops with over 65 hours of all the information out of my mind. And I share this with you. If you are a tattoo beginner, if you are never painted before, if you never used a graphic program and you want to create beautiful flowers or digital patterns, if you advanced tattooist who want to learn abstract tattooing, black work tattooing, dot work tattooing, I have workshops for everyone. And we have a big discount on all the workshops all the time on our website. So have a look in the description or up here for the link, and hopefully see you to learn something. I learned in my life that it doesn't matter if I'm much in social media or not, because as a tattoo artist I was barely in social media and I influenced a lot of people with what I done. And I think you can have an impact in others or you don't. And if it's a good impact or bad impact, it's very hard to say, because for me, I believe like I had a very bad impact in the tattoo scene, because I wanted, my journey as a tattoo artist was to create my own style, give individual tattoos who are a little bit away from more mainstreamy tattoos, from stuff we've seen. And in the end, a lot of people copied it. There was a genre of tattooing exist out of it, and many people copied that style, what was never my intention. So that I think it was a very bad influence, because it was not the influence I wanted to give. So yeah, also that's the reason why I don't talk so much about my own personal journey, even that I'm very present in social media. A lot of you know that I don't talk much about my looks and the stuff I done, because I don't want people imitated, that people making this stuff. Everything is a journey. Everyone have his own journey and should make it on his own terms. You know, when you want to have your full body tattooed, then go for it, but just go for it because you want to go for it and not just because someone else go for it, you know. Obviously I'm a bad influence for people, but also I believe I can be a very good influence for others. I mean, it's all about mindset and commitment. When you commit to your own life, you will be happy, you know, but it also takes a lot of bad things. Or what means bad things? It takes a lot of hard moments, work, dedication. There's so much things you have to sacrifice when you go your own pace.
Impact to my parents, because they hate tattoo, you know, because my parent generation grew up with social telling them that people who have tattoo is criminal. People who have tattoo is kind of like a junkie or a person who been locked up into a prison before, you know. So yeah, obviously my parents in their mindset is bad for them. So it's impact, And to the other, I don't know. People might hate it, Some people might hate it, yeah, but they didn't really come straight to me and express themselves that they hate it. Most of my experience is quite good, I try to educate them a little bit. They come and ask like, what is it, why you have that, what is this from, blah blah blah, so I'm be able to educate them, like, oh, I got it from this, if you want some certain kind of tattoo, let me know, and blah blah blah. I can guide you to a person who specializes in that kind of work, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's good and bad, it art, it affect people feelings. So same like tattoo, they do their job, tattoo, they do their job, so it affects people emotion or feeling. So yeah.
I think be heavily tattooed or have many tattoos can be good or bad for some things, depends how you look. And I think for me it's good because I can see the people that values me for who I am and not just for the way I look, because many people just look at me and without meeting me and know how I am with person, just judge me because I have tattoos, thinking relation that if you have tattoos you have bad character, but this don't means nothing, because you can have a lot of tattoos and you can be educated and gentle and caring people, like empathic person. And on my social medias I have many people that support me and say that I'm inspiring them. Also, I have many haters that say that I'm disgusting or that I look terrible, but it's just they judgment, about myself, and this I just don't care.
I think this is a topic we could spend another hours about, podcasts, books, and so on about. But we don't have the time. We're in a rush. Because life is a busy journey of a fast roller coaster ride. So peace out.